This news at 11, a blizzard warning in the mountains. Residents been stranded for power without days. The news is next.
If your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms are stopping you in your tracks, choose Stelara from the start and move toward relief after the first dose with injections every 2 months.
Stelara may increase your risk of infections, some serious, and cancer. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've had an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, new skin growths, have had cancer, or if you need a vaccine. PRES, a rare potentially fatal brain condition, may be possible. Some serious allergic reactions and lung inflammation can occur.
Feel unstoppable. Ask your doctor how lasting remission can start with Stelara. Janssen can help you explore cost support options.
T-Mobile has the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus for free and price lock guarantee. Do you?
Well, yes.
Switch to T-Mobile and get a free Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus with no trade-in required.
Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, takes the Colbert Questionnaire. New tonight.
I'm a spy.
You don't sell computers? Harry, you've been lying about everything since we met.
Oh, honey, please, can us wait.
This can.
Okay.
True Lies premieres tomorrow, 10/9 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
A mushroom Swiss burger, plus fries, chicken bites, and a drink for just $5. Or why not go big? I want a fried mushroom Buford. Whatever you order, own it at Rally's.
Brian Dorman and Catherine Herr, award-winning investigative journalists, with Chief Meteorologist Lauren Wallace, the Emmy and Murrow Award-winning CBS 47 Eyewitness News Team. This is Murrow and Emmy Award-winning CBS 47 Eyewitness News at 11.
More rain on the valley floor and snow in the mountains tonight. We have team weather coverage. CBS 47's Catherine Phillips shows us how PG&E crews are working against record snowfall to restore power in mountain communities. But first, Chief Meteorologist Lauren Wallace has our pinpoint weather forecast.
And we are still seeing the rain coming down outside. We're going to continue to see some showers into tonight, and then things will really wind down tomorrow morning. And same goes for the mountains. We still have more snow on the way tonight. Let's give you a look outside with our Valley Cam network. I am going to show you a time lapse from our CBS 47 studio camera starting this afternoon. Overcast skies. Many of you did get a couple of hours of break from the rain, but then we quickly see the raindrops on the camera lens as more showers continue to move through. And here's the view at the summit of China Peak. A lot of snow continues to fall. Let's talk about the current radar and satellite loop. This is the last 12 hours. Again, we have more rain moving through, currently seeing some heavier rain moving through parts of Merced, Madera counties. That will be heading into Fresno County shortly. So again, we're not done with the downpours. It's also quite breezy, 10 to 20 miles per hour for some of you. I do expect it to stay windy tonight. Midnight temperature 46. We will be seeing scattered showers. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, 39. The vast majority of you in the valley will be dry at this point, and then expect some sunshine late tomorrow afternoon. So I'll take a look at the storm system winding down in your pinpoint weather forecast coming up. But first, we'll send it back to Catherine.
Lauren, thank you. And take a look at this, a live picture from a Caltrans camera on the Grapevine. Traffic on I-5 is flowing tonight, but that could change with more rain and snow in the forecast. Caltrans is advising drivers on the Grapevine to be extra cautious. And we have some new pictures of the snow in Yosemite. Take a look at this. Yosemite National Park officials say the snow is up to 15 feet deep in some areas. The park shut down on Saturday, and crews are working to restore critical services so that visitors can safely return. But right now, there's no estimated date for reopening. Our team coverage continues. Thousands are still without power tonight in the foothill and mountain communities as more snow falls. CBS 47's Catherine Phillips shows us how folks without power in Bass Lake are coping and the work that's being done by PG&E crews.
Power has been out for days at this point in the Oakhurst area, and PG&E crews say while they are working on getting it restored, there is still no official timeline for when it could be up and running. It's now day 5 without power for many in Madera County. The people who live along this stretch of houses on Road 222 around Bass Lake are relying on generators to stay warm. Tony is one of them.
I run it from about 5 in the morning till about 9 at night, and then we shut it off. And then it gets really cold at night, and so it'll just run until we run out of propane. PG&E crews are out working, but spokesperson Denny Boyle says a lot of the progress they're making is swamped by the snow, as storms just won't let up.
We definitely understand the impact to our customers, especially those who have experienced extended outages. One of the challenges is some of the work that we've done, the second wave of the storm comes in, or the third wave of the storm comes in and causes additional damage. He says in some cases, workers can't get to the trouble spots. And we have enough crews. It's not the issue. I mean, it is just mainly safely being able to access these areas. We're in a neighborhood right outside of Bass Lake, and it's easy to see why people are losing power here if you just look up. You can see how much snow is piling on to these wires and how these branches are very close to falling on top of a lot of these wires. And it's not just in that one spot. If you look down the road, you can see there's snow all over the wire and even more branches right over there. Some improvements have been made. For Tuesday, PG&E is reporting 8,400 customers were without power in their Yosemite division, which includes the Mariposa area as well as Oakhurst. On Monday, it was 10,000. And while the storm will eventually end, there's still another long and cold night ahead for people waiting for PG&E to flip their power back on. For people who don't have a generator, kind of what do you think they're going through? If they don't have firewood in a fireplace, they're freezing. And it's not just people's homes and condos that have been without power for days. We talked to the front desk staff over at this hotel in Bass Lake, and they tell us they just got power back on around 6 o'clock or so after it was off for a few days. Reporting in Bass Lake, Catherine Phillips, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
And a new Red Cross shelter is now open to help residents of Prather, Auberry, and Shaver Lake who are without power. It's located at the Foothill Elementary School on Auberry Road in Prather. The shelter will remain open until power is restored in the affected areas. And if you live in Fresno, warming centers will stay open until next Wednesday. Because of colder temperatures, the city is extending its operating hours. The Maxie L. Parks Community Center, Mosqueda Community Center, and Ted C. Wills Community Center will be open from 6 at night through 8 in the morning. Cots, blankets, and pet cages will be made available. In the North Valley, as the next storm system rolls in, the city of Merced is keeping an eye on Bear Creek. This time around, the floodwater, though, is not expected to spill over the creek. But those who live nearby and had their homes flooded last time are still cautious, and they are not letting their guard down.
Every time it rains, I'm afraid, and I run out to the creek to see how full it is, afraid that it's going to happen again, and just scared to death of the water.
The city of Merced sent out a warning to residents to stay vigilant tonight. After January's storms caused major flooding, residents in Planada say they haven't had the help they need to recover. And today, dozens of residents showed up to the Merced County Board of Supervisors meeting to express their frustration. CBS 47's Jennifer Ortega has the story.
I know, you know, everyone knows. But the question is, do you care?
FEMA isn't working. The Red Cross, when they went, wasn't working. There's a lot of gaps in the services that are currently available for residents in Planada.
A handful of Planada residents sounded off at the Merced County Board of Supervisors meeting today. The public comment getting so heated, 4 of the 5 supervisors walked out.
You need to stop interrupting.
Thank you for your comments.
You need to stop interrupting because sun sets and history is set in stone. How will you be remembered?
Afterwards, deputies came in to clear out the chamber.
There has to be something. You can't let them be on the streets.
The chamber's in recess. Take a 5-minute break. Everyone's asked to leave the chamber.
Prior to the meeting, Planada residents protested outside. They say 90 families who are out of their rental homes and living in emergency housing could soon be homeless if an eviction moratorium isn't put into place.
The lingering day of March 15th, which happens to be my birthday, will be the day that I wake up and I tell my daughter, grab your things because we are now homeless. Because the officials that I voted to protect me and my children are failing me and my community and all of the children of Planada.
We reached out to the Merced County Board of Supervisors, and they sent us this statement saying, in part, Merced County is working with disaster care managers and Catholic charities to assess housing needs and help families create a plan of action. Merced County is committed to continuing its work with our federal, state, and community-based partners to assist our residents whenever possible. Families housed at the Felix Torres Migrant Farmer Worker Housing have been told they have to find a new place to stay by March 15th. Jennifer Ortega, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
And for instant weather alerts during storms, download our mobile app or click on our website, yourcentralvalley.com. We have breaking news out of Fresno. A pedestrian hit and killed tonight by a train. This is in the area of Mackenzie Avenue and Diana Street, not too far from downtown Fresno. It happened around 9:30 tonight. Fresno police say the freight train was headed south when it hit the man. It's unclear if he didn't see the train.
We did receive some information that a witness saw the individual walking eastbound on Diana on the north sidewalk towards the tracks. She did see him get close to the train, but again, we don't know if it was an intentional act on his behalf or he just, for whatever reason, did not see or hear the train.
That area was shut down for about an hour while police and the coroner's office responded to the scene. A developing story, 3 police officers shot tonight in Kansas City, Missouri. They are all expected to survive. They were conducting a search warrant at a home when they were hit by gunfire. The Kansas City police chief says the 3 officers were conscious and talking at the hospital. No word yet on if a suspect is in custody. Here in the Valley, a portion of Friant Road will be dedicated to a Clovis Unified vice principal who was killed in a hit and run nearly 5 years ago. Gavin Gladding was the vice principal at Fort Washington Elementary School back in September of 2018. He was running along Friant Road when he was hit by a teen driver. Today, the Fresno County Board of Supervisors voted to dedicate nearly 2 miles of Friant Road near Willow Avenue in his honor.
One of the things that's so significant about Gavin and his life is he left an indelible mark on everyone that he interacted with.
Road dedications are very rare events in Fresno County, and generally they're usually for fallen military or law enforcement personnel. But under the circumstances, we felt like it would be appropriate to honor Gavin and his story. He was very impactful to the community.
The dedication passed unanimously. There will be a public ceremony, although a date has not yet been set. New at 11, Chicago voters have denied Mayor Lori Lightfoot a second term. She is the first elected Chicago mayor to lose a re-election bid since 1983.
Obviously, we didn't win the election today, but I stand here with my head held high and a heart full of gratitude.
Cook County Commissioner Brandon Johnson will face off against Paul Vallis, the former Chicago Public Schools CEO, in a runoff election in April.
But guess what we get to do now, y'all? We get to turn the page of the politics of old. Because with our voices and our votes, we've come together as one city to say that we deserve a Chicago that is better, stronger, safer for everyone.
I've had success because I've always had the good sense to listen to the community, to empower the community, and draw my leadership from the community.
There were a total of 9 candidates running in the Chicago mayoral race. Coming up here on Eyewitness News at 11, dozens killed when a passenger train and a freight train collide overseas. Plus, the latest storms leave Greyhound bus passengers stranded in Sacramento, some of them for several days. But first, here are the winning numbers for tonight's Mega Millions drawing. It's worth $145 million. We're back in a little over a minute.
Honoring Black history, sharing our stories. Audra McDonald is the winner of a record 6 Tony Awards as an actress and singer, the recipient of 2 Grammy Awards and the prestigious National Medal of Arts. This versatile performer is an advocate for social justice and equality. Audra's talents have taken her across the entertainment spectrum as she continues to use her platform to raise awareness about important issues affecting the Black community.
Honoring Black history on CBS 47, sponsored by San Joaquin College of Law and Radiance Insurance. Eyewitness News brings you an Eye on Ag. Join Anthony Bailey for the latest in ag innovations and insight from our prominent local partners. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Eyewitness News. Or watch the stories online now at NorthCentralValley.com. The California storms have come and gone, and we kept you safe and informed. CBS 47 pinpoints critical details about everything weather. The most accurate weather coverage for whatever comes next. Trust CBS 47's Pinpoint Weather.
Tonight, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, takes the Colbert Questionnaire.
Security, can you guys come and get me out of here?
A new Late Show tonight on CBS.
CBS 47 is on your side. Contact us for Eyewitness News Investigates. CBS 47 Eyewitness News at 11 with Catherine Herr, Brian Dorman, and Pinpoint Weather with Chief Meteorologist Lauren Wallace on CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
2 trains collided in Greece, killing 29 people and injuring 85 others. A passenger train and a freight train were involved in the crash in the northern part of the country. Multiple train cars derailed and at least 3 caught fire. In news from around the state, Los Angeles County has agreed to pay Vanessa Bryant and 3 of her daughters nearly $30 million to settle a lawsuit over the sharing of graphic photos taken by first responders at the helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant and one of their daughters. Bryant's lawyer says the family hopes her victory at trial and the settlement will put an end to this practice. The latest series of winter storms have upended travel across California and other western states. In Sacramento, bus service delays and cancellations because of the weather have left several passengers stranded at the Greyhound bus terminal. For the past 3 days, Juana Diego, her husband, and her 2-year-old toddler have been stuck at the Greyhound station. They're trying to get to Portland, Oregon.
I just don't see how they can sit there and let people, not shower, not eat. I don't know. It hurts my feelings.
Greyhound told some of the stranded passengers they might be able to get on a bus by Thursday. The city of Sacramento will provide the passengers with food, blankets, and other necessities. Still to come here on Eyewitness News at 11, Chief Meteorologist Lauren Wallace has more of your Pinpoint weather forecast.
And right now I do have your 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. Your top pollens, alder, poplar, and elm. Low levels tomorrow up to medium Thursday, Friday, and up again to medium high on Saturday. We are still tracking areas of heavy rain this evening, heavy snow in the mountains. I'll let you know when our storm system will wind down in your Pinpoint weather forecast next.
Real-time views where you live. The Valley Cam Network gives you the latest conditions live. See them on Eyewitness News or online at YourCentralValley.com.
Welcome to the fairest show on television. It's nice to have you with us. We really want kids to carry guns because there's a bully at school. Why should we let them possess firearms? To be fair, it really is a photo op. That's what this trip was. Is this a solution in search of a problem so Ron DeSantis can talk about what he's done to address the border crisis? To be fair, it didn't happen under the Trump administration either, or the Obama administration, and the only way to get the truth is asking some tough questions.
Did you know that most of the other lawyer ads you see are from law firms that aren't truly in Northern California? They may act local, but they're usually phoning it in from Los Angeles or beyond. How can you get personal attention if they're over 400 miles away? Call Berg Injury Lawyers, a Northern California original. For over 40 years, we've been helping people of this community, and we're here for you now. Get Berg, 1-800-400-BERG.
Prepare your senses for all that the Fresno Home and Garden Show has to offer. Experience the astonishing sights, the intriguing sounds, the mouth-watering tastes, and the luxurious smells. Stroll through the garden pavilion, learn from master gardeners, indulge in gourmet food, shop licensed contractors, and local handcrafted products. Let us inspire you and help improve your home one project at a time. Experience it for yourself at the Fresno Home and Garden Show this weekend at the Fresno Fairgrounds.
Did you know that over 700 kids enter the foster care system every day?
$700?
700.
Just talking about foster care can help foster care.
Okay, let's try this.
Donate your small talk.
An Eye on Ag with Anthony Bailey. One's online now at yourcentralvalley.com. Now, your CBS 47 pinpoint weather forecast.
Good evening and welcome back. I'm Chief Meteorologist Lauren Wallace. We've been watching areas of rain off and on throughout today, and we've had some periods of heavy rain. In fact, earlier, Madera, you likely heard some thunder, had some hail as well. We are still tracking some areas of heavy rain, and then, of course, we have the heavy snow in the mountains. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of that. In Madera, you're getting hit again. Very heavy rain for you. So right along Highway 99 between Madera and Chowchilla, you'll have some very low visibilities on the road. Firebaugh, Mendota also dealing with the heavy rain. Right along I-5, we're also getting a downpour, and this is slowly sagging to the southeast. If you're in Lemoore or Hanford, many of you are getting a break from the rain now, and then we get some of the lighter rain as you look toward Highway 99. So Selma, Reedley, you're included in that. Orosi, fairly light. Woodlake, you are seeing some lighter showers. Checking in on the snow levels, they've gone up just a little bit in the last couple of hours, although we're still getting a lot of snow from Shaver Lake to Alder Springs. Auberry, at times today, you've been a little closer to that rain-snow mix, so a couple of snowflakes for you, although right now you're getting some heavy rain. Prather also seeing the heavier rain. Farther up to the north, Mariposa and Oakhurst, you've been getting some snow today. Right now you're kind of on that line of where the mix is, so you have a rain-snow mix, although we are seeing it change over to snow at times along Highway 49, along with 41 as you head toward Yosemite National Park. So here's how much rain we've had so far today. This is since midnight, 35/100ths of an inch in Fresno, over 1/2 of an inch if you're in Merced, and close to 1/4 of an inch in Hanford. We are going to add a little bit more to the rain gauges as we go into tonight. So again, we're getting this burst of heavier rain that's slowly sagging southeastward across the valley. And this is it for the heavy rain. This is going to move through over the next couple of hours, and then we're going to see things breaking apart a bit, becoming much drier. Here's 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. At this point in the valley, most of you will be quieter, and also notice the snow not as heavy. It's starting to break up in the mountains as well. Some of the snow tomorrow morning may drift to the eastern parts of the valley. We may get a couple of flurries. Snow levels will be very low, around 1,000 feet. But again, I think we could get a couple of flurries below that. Just be aware of that. But we are, again, seeing everything really drying up. So for the rest of the day, we'll actually get some sunshine. Snow ends in the mountains by about lunchtime. And then again, storm system comes to a close. Tomorrow night, though, we're going to stay clear, but it's all going to be all about the colder temperatures. So many of you will drop below freezing by the time you get into Thursday morning. There's 7 a.m. Thursday through the rest of Thursday. We will see some sunshine. We'll get some much needed time to dry out. Here's a look at our rainfall forecast through 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll be picking up an additional 1/10 of an inch up to 1/4 of an inch from this bigger line of rain that's moving through right now. Still have our winter storm warning through 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, down to about 2,000 feet, picking up a few inches of snow as we go into the overnight hours. And again, everything will wind down by tomorrow afternoon. Above that, we do have a blizzard warning, several feet of snow falling, very windy as well, creating whiteout conditions. So that's why there's the blizzard warning. I mentioned very cold temperatures tomorrow night and into Thursday morning. Freeze warning will be in effect during that time frame. Lows as cold as the upper 20s. It's not just tomorrow night, but Thursday night into Friday night as well. 37 for your low tonight. Again, we're getting some scattered showers. We're feeling the breeze. And then tomorrow, a bit quieter. We'll be in the low 50s in the afternoon. Tomorrow night into Thursday morning, a cold time. Thursday night into Friday morning, same thing. It's going to be cold. Saturday, dry. Sunday, we will see a chance for a few showers again. In the Sierra tomorrow, snow levels near 1,000 feet in the morning hours. Then again, things really wind down after lunchtime. Dry Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Chance of snow returns Sunday with a slight chance Monday, Tuesday. There's your forecast. We'll send it back to Catherine.
Lauren, thank you. Coming up in sports, both the Bulldog men and women in action against New Mexico. And night 1 of the state basketball playoffs included a dramatic comeback by the Clovis girls. Scott Bemis is next with Sports Central.
KFC's done the math, and we have the answer for your next meal. It's our 9-piece double mash meal, just $21.99. 9 drumsticks and thighs. Add 4 biscuits plus 2 large mashed potatoes with gravy equals delicious. The 9-piece double mash meal for just $21.99. Only at KFC.
Hello, Fresno Unified families. It's time for the Spring Climate and Culture Survey. By answering just a few questions, you will help Fresno Unified and your child's school learn what they're doing well, what needs to improve, and how they're doing when it comes to achieving their district mission, vision, and goals. This is a quick and easy way to ensure your voice is heard, as you are a valued partner in your child's education. Scan the QR code on the screen to take the survey today, or visit FresnoUnified.org to learn more.
For almost 2 decades, Sierra Valley Almonds in Madera has been a major leader in the almond industry. Our full range of services include hulling, shelling, processing, and marketing. From the fields of our high-quality growers, Sierra Valley Almonds processes and ships a full menu of superior products to both domestic and export markets around the world. Sierra Valley Almonds is a proud advocate for our growers concerning many almond industry issues, both locally and globally. Sierra Valley Almonds, your success is our success.
Heard it on the news this morning, and I said I'm gonna go by there this morning and grab some for you.
My favorite part of selling cookies is meeting new people.
There's a lot of community members that come out and support. It's all gonna go for a good cause.
Right here we have 8 flavors.
And I'm a lemon kind of guy, and I love the lemon cookies.
CBS 47 thanks you for supporting Girl Scouts and Cookies for a Cause. Your purchase empowers local girls and gives back to your community. Thank you.
Now YourCentralValley.com pros who know.
Diabetes, venous, and arterial disease can cause leg ulcers. To stay healthy, watch your weight and blood pressure, and eat a healthy diet.
For more expert advice, go to YourCentralValley.com/pros who know.
The latest conditions live. The CBS 47 Valley Cam Network on Eyewitness News. Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
After a couple of exciting days of Central Section Championship basketball over the weekend, 19 teams from our viewing area opening play in the state tournament Tuesday night. 9 of those teams hosted first-round games, including Clovis West, the top seed in Division I, after falling in the D1 Valley title game to St. Joseph, who is a 3 seed in the state's open division, by the way. That's Isaac Martinez driving and hitting in the paint. Then it's Marshall Sanders going downhill to the bucket. Golden Eagles win their opener 78-73. They're going to host Granada from Livermore on Thursday. As a Central Section D1 quarterfinalist, Clovis North also got an automatic bid to state and also was slotted into Division I. The Broncos hosting San Ramon Valley Tuesday. This 3 by Lucas Jones put North up 1 with 47 seconds left. No panic from the Wolves, though. Movement without the ball leads to a layup plus the whistle. San Ramon Valley, who is from Danville, takes the lead for good here, hangs on to win 63-59. More boys state action. Central Section Division IV runner-up Kerman getting a home game against Vacaville Christian. And the good vibes from our 6 p.m. live shot Tuesday apparently carried over to the game. Ronick Shergill draining a triple. Kerman up 8-0. Later, Mario Herrera going to knock one down from deep as well. Kerman advances with a commanding 84-51 win. They're going to hit the road in the next round to face Ripon Christian. Girls state playoffs now. The Clovis girls trying to bounce back from Saturday's section championship loss to Clovis West. They're a 5 seed in Division I here. Trailed Vanden from Fairfield by 8 early in the 4th, but freshman Sadie Sin keeping them in it. Then in the final minute, the Cougs are down 2. Senior Devin Miller hits the huge 3 to give them the lead. The Vikings then retake the lead, but it's Miller for 3 again. Got it. The Cougar then going crazy. Miller finishes with 26. Clovis hangs on for a 2-point win. They're going to visit 4th-seeded Cardinal Newman in the next round. Division II girls, Central hosting the Troubadours from St. Francis, private school from Sacramento. Second half, Alicia Ross extending inside, It's a nice, friendly home rim here. Grizzlies up 8. Then Talia Maxwell going to drive it in the paint for the bucket and the foul. Maxwell, very impressive senior. Central beat St. Francis 67-53. Going to host Monroe Catholic out of Hayward in the next round. Other Central Section teams to win their first-round state playoff games Tuesday, the Memorial boys and girls, the Sierra boys, the Carruthers girls, and the Porterville girls. State soccer now, the Clovis North boys ranked #1 in the country by one poll, getting a great save here and a second-half goal from senior Brian Lopez. Tuesday afternoon, the undefeated Broncos beat Vintage from Napa 2-0 in the rain. They're going to host a Division I regional semifinal on Thursday. College hoops now. The Fresno State men playing their last regular season Mountain West game at the Pit in Albuquerque. Jamal Baker, good game. Team high 16 for him. The Dogs, though, down 8 at half, trying to hang in there. Isaiah Hill and Eduardo Andre working the nice two-man game. They'd get as close as 4 in the second half, but all Lobos down the stretch. They shoot nearly 60% for the game, win by 14. The Dogs finish conference play at 6-12. And finally, back in Fresno, the Bulldog women honoring their 5 seniors before Tuesday night's game against the New Mexico women. Now, the Dogs group of seniors includes Fresno native Amani Lacey and leading scorer Amaya West. West had 16 in this one, but it wasn't enough. The Bulldogs end up falling 88-68. Next up for the Bulldog women, the Mountain West Tournament. They're going to play in the 8-9 game on Sunday. The men have one regular season game left before the tourney next week. Senior Day against Chicago State on Saturday. Catherine, a lot of hoops. Back to you.
It is. Thanks, Scott. Is it a time for change when it comes to your signature? Believe it or not, there are services available to offer a handwriting makeover. The story straight ahead.
Start your better life with a new implanted supported smile from Dr. Ryan Dunlop.
I can't say enough good things about what I've had done. I find myself smiling just because, just in the car, listening to the music.
Call today to book your consultation.
A promise is a trust not to be broken, whether spoken with an oath or sealed with a pinky. And after 100 years, we're still taking care of the military community and their families. That's our mission, always.
At Fresno Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Fiat, treating our customers right, along with competitive pricing, has kept us in business for over 30 years. Our family-owned dealership is committed to great customer service before, during, and after the sale. And you'll always find a great selection with prices that make buying local make sense. Get 0% financing plus $6,000 off MSRP on a new Ram 1500 during our President's Day sales event.
We look forward to earning your business. Come join our family today.
Fresno Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Fiat on Blackstone between Bullard and Sierra.
We've been doing this a long time. We've seen thousands of auto accident cases. Between the freeways and rush hour traffic, California's roads can be a dangerous place to drive. People get injured every day. In cases of serious injury, remember, your lawyer matters. Your lawyer matters to the insurance company. Your lawyer matters to the jury. And let's face it, your lawyer matters to the result. Choose the law firm with the reputation and experience to win your case. Choose Jacoby & Myers.
Honoring Black history, sharing our stories. He was a Baptist minister who advocated the use of nonviolence while trying to end racial segregation. His leadership during a bus boycott in Alabama brought him to national prominence and was instrumental in the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. Remembering Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and celebrating the African American experience this February.
CBS 47 is proud to honor Black History Month.
Do you guys know that over 400,000 kids are in foster care right now?
400,000?
Yep.
Just talking about foster care can help foster care. Donate your small talk.
Start your better life with a new implanted supported smile from Dr. Ryan Dunlop.
When I first saw my smile, I was amazed. Do they really look like this? I smile a lot more. And that's what's better for me.
Call today to book your consultation.
Well, coming up on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, tonight's guests are Prince Harry and a performance by Big Thief. New at 11, if you don't like the way you sign your name, maybe it's time for a makeover. Companies have popped up offering custom signatures. The Signature Doctors offer templates and stencils, encouraging clients to practice a new way to sign their name. Priscilla Molina of Los Angeles charges $10 to $55 and says she does a minimum of 300 custom signatures a month. I guess where people don't write by hand as much and we're more accustomed to typing on our phones.
Right.
Writing with our thumbs.
I will say now mine is just one big illegible scribble. That's what mine's turned into. Exactly. Well, we're still tracking some heavy rain this evening. Things will wind down by tomorrow morning, but then we are in for some cold overnight lows Wednesday night and Thursday night.
That's going to do it for us. Stay tuned for The Late Show with Stephen Colbert up next. Good night.
How do you become America's #1? Start by taking care of families for over 75 years. Earn the trust of 32 NFL teams. Be there for America's toughest. And help when help is needed. America's #1 isn't a status earned overnight. It's earned in every wash and re-earned every day. Tide, America's #1 detergent.
Your best defense against erosion and cavities is strong enamel. Nothing beats it. New Pro-Enamel Active Shield actively shields the enamel to defend against erosion and cavities. I think that this product is a game changer for my patients. It really works.
The majority of my patients with sensitivity, I see irritated gums and weak enamel. Sensodyne Sensitivity Gum and Enamel relieves sensitivity, helps restore gum health, and rehardens enamel. I'm a big advocate of recommending things that I know work.
At Rally's, I'm in the driver's seat. Give me that $5 meal deal with a Rally burger. Better yet, make it a mushroom Swiss burger, plus famous seasoned fries, 8-piece chicken bites, and a drink for just $5. Yeah, all that. On second thought, why not go big? Give me double the shrooms. I want a fried mushroom Buford. Mush boom. Mushroom Swiss burger or fried mushroom Buford. Whatever you order, own it at Rally's.
Need help? CBS 47 is on your side. Contact us.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed a law stripping Disney World of its control over a self-governing special tax district in the state. The move gives the Republican governor control of the board that oversees development at the resort's properties. The move is seen as punishment after the company opposed DeSantis' so-called Don't Say Gay law.
We here at Disney Parks have received our marching orders and are thrilled to announce updates to our newly de-wokified Magical Kingdom. Visit the Hall of Presidents, which will no longer include parts of American history Ron's supporters don't want to talk about.
I'm Abraham Lincoln. I established the Department of Agriculture. That's it.
And visit the Animal Kingdom, where guests can now hunt. And that's not all. To make it overtly apparent which gender each of our park characters is, we've updated their costumes with realistic genitalia. Plus, we don't talk about Bruno because he was forced onto a plane and shipped off to Martha's Vineyard. DeSantis World. It's supercalifragilisticexpialifascist.
It's The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Tonight, for fun's sake. And Prince Harry takes the Colbert Questionnaire. Plus, Stephen welcomes Al Penn. And musical guest, Big Thief. Featuring Louis Cato and the Late Show Band. And now, live on tape from the Ed Sullivan Theater in New York City, it's Stephen Colbert.
Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Hey, everybody.
everybody. Please have a seat. You're very kind. Welcome one and all to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. It is... this is my job to come out here and talk about what everybody was talking about today, but it was a very strange news day full of unpleasant people, which is why we've entitled tonight's monologue, The Late Show's Oops All A-Holes. Exhibit A-Hole. Fox News chairman and corpse dragged from the sea, Rupert Murdoch. Last month,